Peeps Winter Part 2. Today is November 23rd, 2020, and you are loved. And that is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, as well as complete playthroughs of a variety of playlists, including Curse of Strahd, Ghosts of Saltmarsh, Waterdeep, Dragon Heist, and starting next Sunday, it will be a complete playthrough of Tomb of Annihilation as well. So you have that to look forward to. Also, if you are more of an audiocast inclined individual, you can go towards anywhere those are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, you can go to patreon.com/indooradventures to check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to once again go to patreon.com/indooradventures and you can check up on those answers. But if you already support us on Patreon, YouTube, Twitch, all of those other great places, and you're looking for another way to help support the show, hey, guess what? Have I got a certain place that you could possibly go to? You can go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. We have t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, throw pillows, stickers, clocks, aprons, shower curtains. We're still working on getting nunchucks, but for right now, and guess what? Hey, we also have these wonderful Tia masks. That's right. They come in one of 5 glorious chromatic colors. The design was done by our very own Cyberwolf 1201 that you can check out right. Yeah, it is also the symbol of Tyrant Security and Arjhan Yodaris. And of course, all of the proceeds that we get from those masks end up going to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or help support the show, again, that is indooradventure.redbubble.com. But that is it for my spiel. So hey, RJ, who you playing today?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, but today I'll be playing Caelum, the Shatterkai Wizard Cleric.
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp, and I'm going to be playing Gwen, the Halfling Barbarian Fighter.
Hoi, I'm Cyber. I play Arjhan, the Draconian Fighter, he, him.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I'm going to be playing as Cori, the Eldrin Paladin.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I shall be your Dungeon Master. So, last we left off. Last week we had a little bit of a break, so for the recap, this is also not only for you guys out there, but it's also for us. So, last time we left off, you guys had just gotten done communing with the spirit within the Ring of Wraith, the large fox beast known as Wraith itself, made itself known to Cori. They formed a bond, and Cori, you were able to attune to their powerful artifact. After a little bit of a training montage, you all decided, with the help of Sister Solana, a dusk hag that had aligned herself with your party, that you were going to go to Caelim's Bridge, the last known bastion between the Autumn Isle and the Winter Isle. As you made your way there, you started seeing that there were large footprints in the snow, and you became, well, entrenched in combat with a group of Fomorians, these malformed looking giants that had hobgoblins and goblin companions that were looking for a mystical urn depicting a particular elf known as Coralon, with a hand extended out towards 4 powerful looking fey beasts that, with the help of a legend lore as well as some schooling in the Caelim's Academy, you were able to recognize as the 4 primordial archfey. At this, you decided that you were going to go into the ruined academy of the Underbridge Academy of Arts and Arcana here in Caelim's Bridge. And as you were looking around trying to spot this urn that the Fomorians also seemed to be after, you realized that it was not actually here, and you decided that you were going to then head deeper underground to traverse the Feydark to make your way to the Winter Isle. Before leaving Caelum, you ended up just like strong-arming an entire shelf of library books into your guys' bag of holding, and it was at that point that you all decided that you were going to begin making your way. So At this point, it is going to take several hours, as Sister Solana, or roughly an hour or so, as Sister Solana explained, to get from Caelan's Bridge to the entryway to the Feydark. Is there anything that your group would like to discuss as you are making your way there?
We've had our long rest, right?
Long rest you guys had before making your way to Caelan's Bridge, but you have not had one since.
We've had a short rest.
Yes.
Inside
that what we
the
did? Okay.
library or museum.
Okay.
So if you would like to set up for a long rest, you could. However, at this point, there's still light in the sky. It doesn't look like you've honestly been out for very long since having originally left Duskridge. But again, as you travel forward, eventually you make your way to what looks like a mountainside that has this wonderfully ornate stone gate sort of set into the wall of this place. And from what you can see, there are heavy footfalls that seem to be coming in and out of this broken gate, as well as what looks like it used to be a large set of double doors have since been busted open and are lying on the ground, now embedded into the earth under the weight of these mighty footfalls, with a splattering of snow upon the top. It seems like this has been used as the main exit and entryway into the Feydark. Cori, make a history check as you look at this stone gateway.
It's a 12.
Okay, so with a 12, you know that typically gates like this are very well maintained, very heavily guarded. It seems that since winter has made its way here, the forces of autumn just retreated from this place, sort of allowing a more open passage between the Feydark and the regular Feywild, as more of a means of preserving themselves. They didn't necessarily want to leave it. You don't know of any guard worth their salt who would abandon their post, but given the life or death nature of Vinru's might, it seems like this was a pretty good place to kind of just abandon for the most part. But it seems like it was only abandoned by the Fey, not the Fomorian forces that had consistently tried to make their exit out of this place.
All right. We should be careful from here. It seems that they've been coming and going as they please.
I mean, we should be careful regardless. We're heading right into the heart of the enemy.
This does not look good. It looks very
The enemy
scary.
does have a heart, right?
Like a physical beating heart?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Because I know we've talked about like defeating winter before, and I didn't know if that was more of a metaphorical thing or if it's like a real thing.
Well, we beat Cyprus,
Right. But there's like a thing inside of Cyprus, right?
or at least a thing in the ring that's on Cyprus.
Cori,
Yes?
is that right?
Theoretically. Something that's really more gotten into his head.
Right. If we sever the connection to the ring, will that sever his connection to the thing?
Hopefully
Alright.
separating the ring from him will separate its control.
Roger. Gwen starts sharpening her axe.
Threatening.
How much time do we have?
In relation to what?
Yes.
To our final confrontation with Cyprus.
That's fully dependent on how quickly we can make it through the Underdark, or the Feydark.
Precisely.
It might not be pretty, but I might be able to replicate that jar.
We don't even really know what the jar does.
Well, from the legend, it stored the primordial.
I suddenly remember what the
Fey.
jar does.
Are we? Look. That, if the flask that we had was anything to go off, that sort of magic is pretty powerful stuff.
Like I said, it won't be pretty, but it might do it.
Don't necessarily need pretty, we need functional.
What are the risks?
Well, diving into anything remains to be seen right now. Maybe it malfunctions and rips someone's soul asunder, but hey, I have really nothing to say about that because that is a very big con.
So we're going through the underdog, the Feydark.
Yeah.
Seems so.
It'll be fine, guys. Don't worry.
It's nothing we haven't faced before. We can handle this.
I mean, it's probably something we haven't faced before. Like, a fake creature we haven't faced before, so, like... But in general, yeah, you're right.
Appreciate the optimism of the group.
Well,
What's gonna happen? I mean, I've never died, so, like... We got one.
going into a situation without exactly knowing all of the details is a thing that we've done before, so we can handle this.
True. And Gwen says in slow motion, what's the worst that could happen?
Caelum's just gonna clap her on the back of the head.
Ow!
Why would you say that?
I don't know. Challenging the gods.
Why would you want that?
Because I want Tempest to notice me again, okay? It was amazing.
Senpai.
Is this something
Senpai.
that your group generally does? Just tempt
Yeah.
fate, yell it into the sky? I mean, we saw your friend, no offense, but you literally tempted fate while yelling into the sky in the last town.
Oh shit, I did do that. All right, I'm gonna be quiet for a while.
Like quiet, like you said that you were all going to be quiet when again in the last town where you then yelled into the sky, or like actually quiet.
Listen, we are a shock troop. We are not an infiltration team.
It's true.
Short skirmishes.
Also that. Stealth is not our thing. Anyway,
Dwarves are made for sprinting.
Anyway, let's sneak into the Feydark, shall we?
After you.
Cori will lead the way into the Feydark.
Okay. And it's true as its name, it is quite dark in here. Thankfully, the majority of your group has dark vision and or has had items to supplement dark vision along your way, with Gwen wearing her makeshift goggles of night. And the stoneway that you are walking through seems very well tread upon at this point, but it seems ancient. Like this used to be a much more populated pathway, but for whatever reason, you're guessing the discrepancy between the Fomorians and the Eladrin, it is not as consistently traveled on as one might expect. And as you are making your way, you travel for several hours. You don't end up seeing anything that looks threatening. There are some small lizards that you see glowing brightly that look like they have small gems inserted upon them that are just sort of like skittering around stalactites. Others you see what look like the same mushroom fibers that Kesen actually extends when they move around. You're thinking maybe this is possibly something relating to them. Whether or not they are still here remains to be seen, but at least this was a pathway that Kasen had used previously, or maybe another of his kind. You see that there are incredible bioluminescent fungus that are actually down here as well. And even though you were expecting it to be a very dark and dismal place, as the Underdark on the material plane is, this place seems a lot more vibrant than you were expecting.
Tight is it?
It is actually a pretty large thoroughfare. As this is a standard Fomorian pathway, the ceilings here need to be at least 15 to 20 feet tall, with the hallway kind of stretching out on either side by about the same girth, around 15 feet or so.
But even after like an hour, it's just like the one hollow pathway. It's not like open.
It does open up. After about an hour of this travel, it opens up to be more of like you see it open up into a cavern, and that's when you start seeing these like crystalline lizards and other fungus, but the center path sort of continues forward, almost like it is more of a roadway than anything. It just doesn't look like a roadway that's been traveled on, at least very frequently. As you guys are again making your way, there were a few displacer beast hobgoblin combos or goblin combos that had escaped you all, and for a while you had actually seen their like snow being brought in by these displacer beasts as they were making their way back to wherever their base was. But you aren't able to tell off of a base purview really where they are currently going. If you'd like to try and track them, you could make a survival check or a perception check to spot disturbances, see if you can try and get a lead on them.
I can certainly try to track them.
I will help.
Okay, 21 for the first roll.
Okay.
22 for the second.
Okay, so with a 22, Arjhan, you might not have the abilities that you once did to innately follow fiends, undead, that sort of thing. But you still are a trained hunter. You're still a trained woodsman. You know how to detect when things are out of place, even in new terrain. And you get the feeling that the goblins that are running these displacer beasts are running them too hard. The tracks that you're seeing are at a pace where you know that these creatures are going to tire eventually. When they do tire, they are going to have to rest for at least a set of hours in order to actually get the energy back to go to where they need to. Whether or not the goblins know this remains to be seen, but you're fairly certain that if you continue at the pace that you are on, you will eventually run into these same creatures that tried to escape you.
I will relay that. Looks like we scared them off pretty damn bad.
From the sounds of things, this would be a worse thing for them than it is for us. But at the same time, we don't necessarily want to use resources on them that we could be using later on along the path. Should we just try and circumnavigate them?
Then I'll just walk past them.
Right. If we could circumnavigate them, the better. But we do want to stop them from warning any Fomorians of our approach. We may be a shock team, but we're not stupid.
They know that we were coming here.
Did you tell any of them that you were going to follow them into the depth of the Feydark?
Pretty sure there was a pretty big communication barrier, but still, if we scare them off and they're running back to their masters, then we are a significant threat in the area, and it would make sense to try and eliminate that threat, if at all possible. Okay, so we do want to kill them.
If we come across them.
We will come across them.
All right.
Whenever we do see them, please let me take the first move.
Caelum will nod.
Assuming we get that choice, we may not necessarily be prepared when we come across them.
Arjhan, make another survival check.
19.
A 19? Okay, so as you guys are continuing following this winding path deeper into the Underdark, into the Feydark, you see that there is another cavern opening, and you're guessing, based off of the tracks that are on the ground, that they actually skirted off the main path and went down into one of these chasms to rest. It seems like they did not stay on the main traveled path in order to take this rest. But from your vantage point up on the main road looking out into this chasm, Arjhan, you see where you would want to take a rest. Like, if there is a collection of stalagmites that are kind of creating a barrier between what looks like a small alcove, as well as or a small alcove away from the main road looking down. And you're guessing, based off of your tracking know-how, that if a small creature or a small band of creatures were looking to have a significant campsite where they were going to stay for a period of hours, that would be the best bet that you would find them in. And as you are looking down, also make a perception check.
$20.
You can actually hear these goblinoids squabbling to each other. They're trying to be hushed voices, but in the same way where Gwen can't tell secrets or can't whisper.
Last chance. Do we want to circumnavigate them or eliminate the threat?
Yes, we want to go around them, right?
Forgive me, I just don't see them as a threat.
If one soldier gets back and lets them know we're coming, we haven't lost the element of surprise.
For the most part, too, maybe these Fomorians aren't hostile, and they learn that we take out their raiding party, they become hostile.
Wait. Can you disguise us as goblins? Hobgoblins? They're hobgoblins? And goblins?
Yes,
Yeah.
actually.
Do any of you speak Goblin?
I do, right? Nope.
You speak Giant.
I speak giant. To which they were speaking.
Yeah, but if you were a goblin and another goblin showed up, would you speak to them in Giant or would you speak to them in Goblin?
I could just nod and smile. I'm saying we could sneak through. We always do it like the stealthy way or like the fight 'em way. We never try and trick them.
I have yet to see a difference between your stealthy way and your fighty way.
You've been here 5 minutes. Shut up.
I have been here for several days.
Yeah, but in the long run, that's 5 minutes, okay?
Trickery isn't in my portfolio.
Before we even attempt a trickery way, is there any way to resolve the communication barrier?
Nope. Wait, do I have comp languages?
What if I get on Caelum's shoulders and we disguise both of us as a hobgoblin? They speak giant.
They also
Are we
speak.
certain? Are we certain that the goblins speak giant?
I'm just giving out ideas. I thought we were like just throwing out ideas here. We don't have to do it. I just wanted to just be this guy. It's fine.
Arjhan. And there's the small crackle of arcane energy in his hands. Shall we?
What I'm asking.
You could try to deceive them, maybe like a scared straight tactic. Just be something really big and scary.
Oh, I can do big and scary.
We already are something that's big and scary.
This is true.
All right, how about this?
I only think that there is one decision to make here. Are we killing them, or are we just going on our merry way?
I think we should go on our merry way. I know that's shocking. Everyone calm down. But I don't think we should waste our time with them. That's my vote.
If they're going to be resting for several hours, I feel like we're going to pass them by and be gone before they have a chance to be a threat to us.
Okay.
If I don't have to blow spell slots.
We press on.
Okay. So you ignore the small camp of goblins doing whatever goblin things that they are currently up to behind this stalagmite alcove and continue making your way down the path. And for the next set of, again, hours, your journey goes by relatively uneventfully. You see a lot more of what looks like vegetation, healthier vegetation, but it doesn't look like it is necessarily paying you any mind. If anything, you'll see like a larger, looks more like a mammal, maybe going by a rather open-faced red plant. And as they get near that plant, tendrils will shoot out, wrap up the creature, pull it back in, closes. And it looks like a lot of these natural hazards are just kind of eating other things. And Solana is doing her best to warn you of these things as you are getting near, and just like, all right, we wait. And we'll make like a call of a creature. Creature kind of comes around the corner, gets taken by other natural predators. Just like, okay, now if we can go, this is fine. And you are all able to actually get to what looks like relatively decent resting place. It's not on the main path, so if you would like, you can also kind of do the same thing that the goblins did, just shimmy on down the side and find a place where you can at least rest for the coming evening.
Okay.
All right. So as you are getting your things together, what is everyone's passive perception?
17.
17.
15.
15.
All right.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
So as all of you 17s and 15s are getting ready for a rest, and Solana is like rolling out a sleeping bag for herself, she does not seem to notice this, but the rest of you all hear what sounds like a wolf howl off in the distance that just seems to echo through these caves.
Lana,
Yeah.
are there any sort of canine creatures that inhabit this cave? Or the Underdark, Fey Underdark?
Maybe not canine specifically, but probably. I don't... Like I said, I am more like a surface hag. This is very much outside my jurisdiction. You all hear the howl again.
Could I make some sort of survival check to see if I could identify these as like wolves versus non-natural wolves?
Sure. Make a nature
I mean, I'm sure they're
check.
non-natural because.
It would be a nature, not a survival.
Oh boy, this is gonna go well.
We're determining the difference between a wolf howl and a coyote howl.
Yes, 7.
Awoo. That is the noise that you hear.
They sound like wolves to me. Should I go out and look at them?
And it is a singular howl.
Oh, it sounds like a wolf to me. Why don't I go take a look-see out there and see what I can find, okay?
I'll go with you.
All right.
Buddy
Skulk.
system.
Gwen's got her goggles on. I think I actually have a pair of
Do,
these
do,
goggles.
do.
Don't be
We're
suspicious.
sneaking.
Don't be suspicious.
All right. So Gwen and Arjhan, I need you both to make stealth checks.
Woo! 14.
10.
Okay. Shock troopers, not infiltrators. Got it. As you guys are going off to have this slight bit of an aside tracking down this wolf howl, you get maybe, I want to say, 500 feet away from the rest of your party. And with both of your passive perceptions, you see coming from behind what looks like a large rock deposit, there is an elven woman who looks very scared. She's a fall eladrin, autumnal colors, all of that, but she looks like she is wearing like burlap rags. And is very dirty. And again, she looks very scared. She has a hand down behind her, and she is saying something in Elven. Do the two of you speak Elven?
Nope.
So she's saying something in Elven, looking back, and as she's moving forward, you then see that a small Elven child is with her as well, and this child is in their winter form. They also look very scared and are just kind of like looking up at this woman that you're assuming there's enough of a familial resemblance. You're guessing is her mother. And this woman sees the two of you and says something in Elven and says it again. Make an insight check.
+0, here we go. 13.
Also 13.
Thankfully.
But +7.
Well, that's pretty good then. Thankfully, the two of you have been in situations relatively like this before. Gwen, normally you hear it coming towards you in a different context. Arjhan, you are hearing, even through this language barrier, the intention from this woman is help.
Mm-hmm.
And as the two of them are, like, as she says, like, help towards you, and you, like, give the nod, like, come over here, her and this child make their way over. And there is a plume of dust that also juts out from this opening from behind this rock formation. And you see two humanoid figures roll out. One of them is an elven man, and the other is a wolf-like figure. More like if a wolf was standing on hind legs. You would all know this as a werewolf.
God damn it, Indoor.
However, the werewolf is actually like slightly glowing with a greenish color to them, as they also are kind of like tossed out of this plume. But the two of them stand, and they don't look like they are in a scuffle with each other. They are looking towards where this plume has come from, and the elven figure actually calls out a name and looks towards your group, seeing you both now, and then like kind of like shakes his head blinks his eyes a little bit. He was not expecting to see a halfling and a dragon man standing here, but like, okay.
Can they even
Cool for
see me
him.
next to him, to be honest?
There are just two green glowing dots around waist level.
No. I come up to, like, my top of my head is middle of his thigh.
To the elven man's waist level.
Yes.
So like you see the two little eyes, the two little glowing eyes. Then you see Arjhan's two little glowing eyes. It's just really intimidating.
I think Gwen in this situation is gonna say, I mean, they don't understand her, but she's gonna say in common, "Get out of here! Arjhan, take them away!" And she's gonna rage so that Grayskull comes out of her and illuminates the area, and then is going to try and interpose herself between this plume and them.
Okay.
Whenever you say a plume, what are we actually looking at?
So it looks like beyond your vision, there was a scuffle that happened in a cave that caused
Like a dust cloud.
A dust cloud, yeah. So it's just
Okay.
dust that has since come out of this cave. It's not like a
I'm
sentient
thinking of
plume.
like feathers.
No. No feathers involved here. It is just dust, other debris and such that is kind of just billowing out. Cori and Caelum, with your passive perceptions, you hear Gwen yell something not 500 feet away from where you are.
Oh,
Yep.
boy.
I think the two of them both get up, just like nonchalantly, like, all right, time to go.
Okay. And Gwen, as you rage, I would like for all of you to roll some initiative for me.
13.
Don't be so special. Don't be so
4.
Also, Indoor, you said we did get a short rest.
Yeah, you got a short
during
rest
our-
while you were at the museum.
Okay.
13.
18.
Okay. So... God, I love Excel. Specifically for this. So, Gwen, as you rage, and Grayskull, like his spectral form, comes up from behind you. You see one, the elven man, looks towards you and sees this specter, and you see that he gets, has this, weary look on his face. And for a moment, you see a little bit of joy, and he just runs over towards you, and just starts, expressing gratitude towards you in a language you cannot understand because Elven. And he speaks in Elven, grabs hold of this Elven woman, and just hand on her shoulder, says something to her, and then turns back towards where this werewolf is, and actually reaches down towards his side, and he pulls out what looks like a small knife, as that is the only thing that he really has on his person. From the plume and dust cloud that the werewolf is actually fighting, or facing off towards, you see what looks like a streak of silver just shoot out from beyond, and then actually attach itself in to the arm of this werewolf figure, who lets out this painful howl. And you see rushing along the ground, following this chain that is now connected to this werewolf, what looks like a figure that stands maybe around the same height as the other elf, but they are wearing a ragged-looking black cloak. You see that even though they have pulled in on this chain. Their right arm is just limp at the side as they run forward. And as they get close to this wolf again, you see them then rip the chain back, and the werewolf like tapers forward a little bit, but just enough for them to then jump and land a kick against this werewolf. And on the base of their shoe, you actually see that they have what looks to be silvered claws at the base of their toe as they land a blow against this wolf. And then they skid onto the ground, look up at them, and then their head cranes over towards you, and you see that their face is just completely covered in bandages, except for an opening for their eyes. And these eyes are full of malice. Next up, Cori. Cori, you are in the process of running over, so this round is just going to be moving very quickly. If there's anything that you would like to prep as an action on this turn, you are more than able to do so, but otherwise it is just going to be spent trying to make your way towards this encounter.
Right. She will get her animated shield up and possibly also she'll get a aura of vitality going as well. But yeah, she'll spend her turn running over there.
Okay, sounds good. So then next up, just need to pull up the thingy real quick. No, it was right there. God, why am I like this? So then from this tunnel that you're guessing is at least a tunnel exit way, some sort of thing, as you've seen now multiple people come through, there is another quick bolt that seems to just shoot out of this place as they are going to try and attack this werewolf with a hand crossbow. And they are able to do it.
How close am I to the werewolf?
You are maybe 25 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna use my spirit shield on him.
Okay.
So -5 and then half. He has resistance to the damage dealt by this attack.
Okay. Thankfully, that was actually all the damage that they were able to do was 5, so they are able to shrug off the damage. However, looks like a little bit of silver poisoning actually goes quite a ways with these creatures. Thankfully, however, he's pretty con buff, so that's good. And he is able to shake off the poison that is trying to then come into him.
Does the resistance dealt by the attack, does that include the silver?
Yes, it would. Because normally they have
weakness.
Yeah, well, they have immunity to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, what?
Werewolves have immunity to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical attacks that aren't silvered.
Right, but this is silver, so Gwen is offering resistance.
Gotcha. Okay, so then would have resistance. Yes.
Yes. That's how it works. And I looked it up. I'm a better player this week, guys.
Yay. They are then going to try and whip out with a chain from this place. They are able to hit the werewolf again, and he is doing his best to tank all of these. Takes 5. And you see that this chain is now like wrapped around the werewolf's arm and is kind of pulling it down to create an opening for the next individual. Who?
The next individual.
Yeah. More people are coming. As it seems like, maybe people trying to run away in the Feydark probably isn't a great idea. The next individual who comes out actually will step out into the area, see this werewolf, and then cranes their neck over and sees your group. And at that, they extend a hand out and you see the shadows actually come up and then form a blade into their hand, and they are going to then rush up towards your group.
I'm big and scary.
Yeah,
Hit
you
me.
are big and scary. I think they will try and hit you, actually. Let me see. Yeah. They will definitely try and hit you. So then that is going to be for a 27 to hit.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Gwen, you are going to be taking 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Followed up with 8 points of necrotic damage. And 13 points of poison damage.
I have defenses against poison, so I take half, right?
Resistance or...
Yeah, resistance.
Okay. Yeah, if you have resistance to poison, you would take half.
Okay, cool.
Or halfling stuff, right?
Yep.
And then they are going to try and...
Doesn't happen very often. Usually it's just for drinking.
So, Gwen, that is a 28 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. Then that is going to be for 6 points of piercing, 12 points of necrotic, and then 10 points of poison, half to 5.
Yep.
They are on you. So then next up is Arjhan. And so Arjhan, the creatures that you can currently see are 4 of these individuals that are just covered in bandages. One has a limp arm. The other actually has what looks like a mechanical leg. And they all just seem to be sort of working together as a unit. But they are each wielding these silvered weapons.
They haven't said anything.
They have not. But you know that the people who are asking you for help are running from them.
I hope you have a very fucking good reason for doing this. I'm gonna take aim at them, but hold my action until another one of them tries to attack us, like specifically Gwen or I, or said something that makes them believe that, hey, they're actually dicks.
Okay. It sounds good. Gwen, it is...
There's a lot of stuff going on. I have no idea the political machinations going on here. We are just dropped here, and there are people screaming in languages that we do not understand.
Okay.
Gwen is going to motion for the elf dude to GTFO. Like she's gonna be like motion to his knife, motion to her axe, and be like, "Fuck out of here." And she's going to run forward to try and break the chain that is on this werewolf.
Okay, you do have a, again, bandaged individual directly in front of you. Are you going to provoke?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. That is a modified 20 to hit.
Yep.
For 9 points of... Was I saying piercing before? It should be slashing. I apologize.
Same difference.
Yep. And then that is for 12 points of necrotic and 13 points of poison, rounded down to 6.
Yep. You don't have to tell me. I can figure it out. I've been having damage for years.
That's us.
So Gwen is going to move forward and try to attack this chain that's attached to this gent.
Okay. Make an attack.
Okay, because Arjhan's holding off, and I don't know why. I'm going to do this a normal attack, but I got 2 attacks, so if I miss the first time, I can Go for a second. And I'm doing this with a runt axe. Oh yeah, I don't need to recklessly attack because I have fucking plus 12. 16 or 26 on the first hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 10 damage, which is the least amount of damage I can do.
Okay.
Does the chain break?
The chain does break.
All right, cool. Gwen will then use I'm gonna use my bonus action to manifest Echo. So basically, I'm just moving Grayskull from me to next to me, so we are interposed between these people and the werewolf. And I don't know if I want like. I think she's just gonna like yell at them, you know, like try to intimidate them.
Okay. Make an intimidation check.
Is that a question?
Sure.
Oh, ooh, baby boy. 23.
Okay. So.
Right? Yeah.
Looks like some of them, like a lot of them, like look towards you. Like these four are definitely only one. It seems like the one who's like focused on this werewolf, like kicked him in the chest and shit. It seems like he's the only one who is not focusing on the fact that you have just like made a very, very large target of yourself.
Yeah. And I guess I'll say in common, like, get back, get away to the werewolf.
Okay. Sounds good. It is the werewolf's turn. And you yell, get back to them, and they just nod towards you. And like you see, like they're holding on to that portion that they like had that like metal whip stuck inside them. And they are then going to like crawl, or not crawl, but like race over towards where this other elven family is, and they are going to like the elf that with the knife still hasn't been able to move yet, but the werewolf comes and like slaps him on the chest and like starts like patting him, making like the motion like, no, we should go. With that, Gwen, from the darkness of this cave, there are some bolts that you see actually coming towards you. Thankfully, they are not the sparkling lightning kind. They are, however, sparkling metal tipped at the end of what is you are going to be possibly getting hit with some hand crossbows. But I don't think that a 12 hits.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. And second one, that is a 19 on the die, so a 28 for a total of 7 points of piercing, and I need you to make a con save. It is against being poisoned.
Okay. 7, this is 3. Constitution saving throw. Huh. That is going to be a 24.
A 24? Yeah, you're fine. So that was both those. Next up, Gwen. There are 2 figures that you see coming from this cave specifically that look like bears, if bears were just born really fucking mean. Rather than having the more like ursine face, these kind of have a almost like flatter feature that gives way to a wicked, almost humanoid looking smile with rows of sharp teeth as they come bounding out, barreling towards you.
Barreling. Did you say rows of teeth?
As in more than the 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not very many, like, but still more than, you know, a mouth should have. And they are, you see one of them actually, like, raises up this almost like, it's not really a paw, but it's not really a hand either. And you see that it has the ability to cast magic. Gwen, I need you to make a con save.
This bitch. Hold on. Is this against being frightened?
It is not.
Okay.
Follow-up question: would this trigger my reaction?
Yeah, I'd say this triggers your reaction.
Okay. Constitution, you said?
Yeah.
10. 11.
Okay, an 11, it is, yeah, no, an 11 is good. That saves. You feel magic washing over you, and it almost feels like there is a weight on all sides of your person that seems to try and, like, that's trying to focus you down, almost like it's trying to shrink you to a smaller size.
Bitch, I'm already small enough.
Could be smaller. I don't know.
15.
A 15. Are you shooting the beast that is doing magics on Gwen?
Yeah, I would have to be.
Okay. Yeah, 15 hits.
Okay, so a 20 and a 31 will also hit.
Yeah.
Uh, 31 points of force damage
Holy
from the
shit.
3 bolts.
And this creature is now bloodied as you just pepper into it. And these bolts are just streaks of light racing through this underground cavern.
All right, guess we're doing this.
The second one of these creatures, Gwen, it is still going to target you. However, it is not necessarily that it is targeting you specifically, but rather as you hold on to the runt axe, you feel it getting hot in your hands as it casts heat metal on your weapon.
Not my baby.
So I need you to, or actually when it casts the spell, you take this damage, and then for every turn that you hold on to your weapon, you will also be taking subsequent damage. But for now, it's just 6 points of fire damage. Okay, so that was it for those two creatures' turns. And then, Caelum, it's almost your go. If it wasn't for one last one of these bandaged figures that are actually going to jump from a higher place. It looks like they had actually been able to make their way out of the cavern and find a better way of hiding themselves. And they are going to jump down behind you, Arjhan. And it looks like they aren't even focusing on you. You actually see them bring out the shadowed sword, and they are going to try and attack the elven man who has that knife. So they are going to make attack towards he. That is success for... Need to track. He doesn't have any resistances. And oof. Does not like that off the first attack, and then second attack is a miss, thankfully. Caelum, it is now your go. You are making your way up to this point. Again, you were about 500 feet away from where Gwen and Arjhan were, but now you can hear that there is a loud commotion. Gwen has just yelled, as she normally does. You've seen, like, 3 bolts of, like, basically the bolts that Arjhan shoots illuminated for just a bop, bop, bop. And then they've stopped, and you just hear more people yelling.
Can I make a perception check to try and triangulate where they are?
Yeah.
23.
Yeah. You have a pretty good idea of where they are.
Cool. He's gonna run up to Cori and put a hand on her shoulder and just say, "Trust me." And he's going to cast Dimension Door and try and triangulate that area as the designated jump point.
And you do it, and the two of you end up popping out in this general vicinity. And what you can see now, and what you can all see, is that there are 5 of these humanoid-looking figures that are wearing these blackened, dingy robes that have all these bandages on their faces. One has a limp arm. The other seems to be standing on a prosthetic leg. But they seem to be like the 2 notable ones. And then there are 3 more that you can see, as well as these 2 bear adjacent looking creatures. Caelum, you can make a nature check, and Cori, you would also be able to make a nature check on these things.
As they step out of the portal, Caelum just goes, "What the fuck?" 18.
11 from me.
Okay, Cori, you don't know what this is. Caelum, you have heard of creatures like these before. They are called quaggoths. Thankfully, I don't know what he's doing. But that's okay. But yes, you would know these creatures as quaggoths.
Oh no.
All right.
Yes.
Oof, owie.
Ooh, they scary.
And as the 2 of you, the 2 that can actually speak Elven, get to this place, you see what looks like you see an Elven woman and a young Elven child, and as well as an Elven man with a knife out, and then a glowing greenish werewolf. And as the 2 of you appear, they look towards you, and they say, "Help." And you can hear them say help this time, or at least understand them.
Right.
And it is a very much like, "Please, you have to help us. We're trying to get away."
Okay. Cori says, "I'm a Caelum. What's going on?"
And when you say that you're a Caelum, there is like a brief moment where these figures with all the bandages on their faces just sort of like, "Oh," like, "Congratulations for painting a target on your back." They love this. But they've noticed this as well. And the Elven man says, they are called the Mard. And they want to bring us back to the Fomorians. Please help us.
Get to safety. We'll hold them off.
Okay. So that was Caelum's turn. Caelum, did you have a bonus action? He can't hear us. Well, that's
I think
okay.
that's it for him.
It is the Elven man with the knife after him. So if Caelum does have a bonus action that he wants to do, more power to him. In the meantime, this dude with the knife is going to tell you, or Caelum, do you have a bonus action?
Bonus action? No.
You
I
have
don't think
also
so.
heard Cori yell out, "It's all right, I'm a Caelum." A lot of these bandaged individuals hearing that word, looking over towards Cori, and then the Elven man saying, "These figures are called the Mard. They want to bring us back to the Fomorians."
Cool. He'll take a aggressive stance towards these people. Not the people being chased, the people attacking.
Okay, sounds good. And then it's the dude with the knife's turn, and much thankfully, a werewolf is telling him to back up. Caelim's telling him to back up. Lots of people are telling him that his knife is kind of fucking useless in this battle. He is going to take a couple steps back, But there is this one of these other marred individuals, one of these bandaged fellows, that is actually behind them, that was trying to make some stabs out towards him. So he is going to disengage, like pick up this young elven girl who is crying in winter form, and they are going to try and get away from this general area. Next up is the individual that had initially kicked the chest of the werewolf. Werewolf had disengaged to get away. However, Gwen, you have presented yourself as a brand new individual for them. They're very excited about all of this. And they are also summoning a... Actually, they do not summon anything into their hand, but they actually will turn towards the cluster of party members that are now over, being Arjhan, Caelum, Cori, the family that's there, as well as the werewolf. And I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw as this individual goes to cast a fairy fire. So, Gwen, you are not included in this.
24.
Underspell.
Okay.
+4.
Caelum counterspells. Don't worry about making the saves then. And when you counterspell, you can see that there's not really there's a lot of body language that just sort of like seems to tense up, and you can see through these bandages that their eye narrows towards you, Caelum.
Caelum turns his shield arm down, 2 fingers up, and just says,
Okay. You definitely do that. Next up is Cori.
All right. Cori's gonna go and park herself next to the guy that was trying to attack Mr. Knifey Boy. And as she does so, she draws her sword. Autumn leaves begin to whip up around her, kind of in a circle. And she says, she takes a page out of Caelum's playbook and says, "Trust me." And she's going to cast Scatter to get the elven family 120 feet away from us. And that's 4 people, I believe. So it's like mother, father, child, werewolf. That's 4.
Yes.
And I can get a 5th person. So Arjhan, where do you want to go?
Up.
Okay, I thought so. I send Arjhan up. So essentially what she does is that she kind of turns in a circle and whips up the wind. It's a little bit like a Fey step, where a bunch of autumn leaves begin to spin in circles around the family, and then they just get swept away. And she sweeps up that wind and actually just pushes it directly upwards, and that catches Arjhan's wings and he flies up into the air.
Baller, I'm here for it.
That is an action, and as a bonus, my Aura Vitality is up. I'm going to give some healing to somebody who's hurt.
Well, that depends on if me going 120 feet in the air causes me to bonk really bad.
I mean, you don't have to go 120 feet in the air.
The cavern from
I can
floor
send
to
you
roof would be 100 feet. So
I could send you anywhere within 100 feet.
you'd probably want to do close to 80, just so that way you aren't getting him close to any stalactites that are coming
Or just
down.
40, 50.
Yeah,
Also
so
good.
that you can still swoop down if you need be. Has Gwen been attacked? Has she been hurt yet? Who's down hit points?
Gwen has been hurt. Yeah.
Okay. Gwen, heal for 11. And that's it for me. I'm gonna stay here and make myself a target.
Okay, next up is one of the individuals that had a chain whip. And Gwen, as you are still nearest to them, they are going to actually try and target you with this chain whip to see if they can possibly get you wrapped up in it. That is a 27 to hit.
Mm-mm.
Too high?
Too high.
Okay. Cool. You take 7 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yep, so 7 points, and then you are almost slightly bound. And then while they have you...
Wait, technically, what am I?
You are not grappled,
Okay.
but they're out. The next attack against you has advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's more of just like it wraps
Slightly bound.
Yeah, just like, ooh, I'm gonna flex out of this later, but like, damn.
Okay.
And then it's only for their allies, so then they are still going to try and shoot you with a hand crossbow. And that is a 25 to hit off the hand crossbow for 10 points of piercing damage, and you need to make a con save.
Against poison, yes?
Yes.
Fucking... Ooh, that's a natty 20 for a 27!
You are not poisoned.
I flex the poison away and I laugh. Ha!
Ha 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 ha.
Could you imagine?
All right.
Could you imagine?
Next up is the Shadow Blade figure that had stabbed out at you before, and they're gonna just do the same thing, this time with advantage thanks to their captain. So that is a 11 on both, so a modified 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but I have 69 HP right now, so like, nice.
Nice. Nice. You're going to be taking 8 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then 8 points of necrotic damage. And 10 points of poison damage.
Roger.
Second attack. Just flat this time for 22 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That is for 11 points of piercing damage, 9 points of necrotic damage, and then 10 points of poison.
Okie dokie. Hey, Cori.
Okay, so then next up is this guy. The one with the prosthetic leg is going to look over towards you, Cori, and they are actually going to try and whip out towards you. They get within 10 feet. So that is a 27 to hit you.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, and that is for 5 points of slashing damage, and the next attack from an ally has advantage against you, and then they are also just going to shoot you with a hand crossbow.
Okay.
But they fail, because I don't believe that a 17 hits you when you have your shield up.
It does not.
Okay, so then Arjhan. Arjhan, you are in the air, and you can see the battlefield clearly.
Who seems like they're most likely to go after the non-combatants?
The one most likely to go after the non-combatants would be, I'm just going to call them a Shadow Blade, is the Shadow Blade that is nearest Cori, the one that was behind you that had attacked the non-combatants before.
Okay. What's the... How many are around Gwen?
There are currently 2 Quaggoths, a captain, and then a Shadow Blade. So Gwen has 4 around her currently.
Okay, so for my first trick, I'm going to take aspect of the Black Dragon for my action.
Okay.
I would like to... shit. Yeah, within 90 feet. I would like to Hunter's Mark the Quagoth that I have hit.
Okay.
I would like to action surge.
Okay.
I would like to take 3 shots at that Quagoth.
Bokeh.
25.
That'll hit.
Okay, actually, let me roll these one at a time. Actually, it doesn't matter. Acid, necrotic, no, not necrotic, or acid enforce any resistances.
Nope.
Okay, 22 for the first attack.
Okay. They drop.
Okay. I can't move my Hunter's Mark, because I cast it this turn, but I would like to target the next Quagoth.
Okay.
I don't believe a natural 1 will hit, even though it's a 14.
A 14 hits.
But it is a natural 1.
That is true.
Which is a miss.
I
for
consider
combat.
I consider natural 1s an automatic fail on ability checks, but if you are in combat, I am okay with it.
But that's the opposite of the rules. That's the exact opposite of the rules.
Fine, we'll do it the way the rules want. That'll be a miss.
The third one is a 19.
Okay, 19 definitely hits.
Uh, 13 points of damage.
Okay. So, sounds good. And then
That's
they
much.
have to make a concentration check. They make it to keep up the heat metal on Gwen's weapon.
That is quite literally everything I can do besides move.
Okay. Gwen, it is your turn.
Okay, so the blade be hot in my hand, yes?
Yes.
Are my friends in the area?
Yeah, you can
Of-
definitely see them.
All right, cool. Are they? If I wanted to, let's say, throw the Sun Forger and explode it, are they within a 20-foot radius sphere with my enemies?
There are only near your friends. There's really only one. Most of them have focused on you, so you
Okay,
would
cool.
be able to get it. You would be able to get one Quagoth, a captain, and then a Shadow Blade. There would have been another Quagoth, but Arjhan just dropped that one, so you can get 3 of them in in the Sunforger's blast radius.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to where are my actions? I'm gonna use my bonus action to second wind real quick, just so I can get a little bit back. Okay, so that's 10 back. Forget my 0 button is my mute button. And then Gwen is going to. I think Gwen's just going to attack. Do a normal attack with her run attacks, even though it's on fire.
Shadowblade, Captain, Quagoth. Which one?
Let's do the captain first, if I can recognize it.
Yeah.
They seem to be hitting me anyways, so why not attack recklessly? Oh, that's a natural 20.
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh boy, and I have savage, or I have brutal critical, so that means I get 3 instead of just 2. Oh boy. 14 plus 9, so 23 on the first attack.
Okay.
And then the second attack is another natural 20, different dice. Oh boy. Gosh, I should always be. Why are these not that great? 23
Another 23
damage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Did you say only 23
No, I
damage?
said another 23.
Okay, I was like, ouch.
And you can re-roll 1s and 2s, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
And then I can re-roll. Let's see, I can re-roll a dice anyways, but I'm gonna do 2 more. Well, yeah, no, I can action surge because it doesn't take a bonus action or anything. So 2 more attacks coming their way. That's a 30
Okay.
to hit.
Yeah.
That's a 2. Then that's gonna be a 17 damage, and another 30. Wow, my dice are just so consistent. For 18 damage.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, they went from feeling fine to straight up bloodied. So, you know, putting in the work. Putting in the work.
Putting in the work.
All right. So then next up is the Woo. Werewolf is going to give his thanks for saving his kin. And then but he doesn't seem like he's actually planning on moving at this point. Or no, because Cori, you had bamfed him away with the others, correct? With the scatter?
Yes.
Okay. So they are going to they're going to bark towards the dude with the knife. Dorian, you need to think of your daughter. And then he is going to interpose himself between the core family and then your group to create more of a like defensive barrier, and they're going to take the dodge action. Next up is this bloke who is just going to keep shooting from the inside of the tunnel, and they are going, or no, this was inside the tunnel, so they are going to make some attacks towards Gwen. Gwen, you said that you attacked recklessly?
Sure did.
Okie dokie. So that is a 21 with a hand crossbow.
Yes.
For a total of 7 points of piercing. You need to make a con save.
21.
Okay, that's fine. And then does a 14 hit you?
It doesn't.
Oh, well, look at that. So they are unable to shoot you with the crossbow. That is all that they can do. Next up, Gwen, you are going to be taking 10 points of fire damage as the runt axe continues to burn in your grasp, as this Quaggoth continues to focus on its heat metal as a bonus action, and it is then going to try and slash out at you. It fail. It's very big and bulky and more busy focusing on its spell. It has taken a sizable amount of damage, but it's doing its heckin' best. Next up is the Shadow Blade that had dropped down behind you all, and they are going to strike out towards Cori. Cori, because you got whipped, it will have advantage on you for this first attack with its Shadow Blade. That was a 2 and a 4. On the dice, so I don't think either of those come close to what you are capable of being hit by. And then a second attack is a 21 to hit, or 23 to hit, sorry.
A 21 will hit.
Okay, so then you are going to be taking a total of 7 points of piercing. 7 points of piercing, 11 points of necrotic, and 8 points of poison.
Alrighty.
Okay, and make your con save for your Aura of Vitality.
Gotcha. 24, we're good.
Okay, sweet deal. And that was all that they were able to do with their Shadowed Sword. Caelum, it is your go.
Oh boy, it's my turn. How many of them can I catch in a Steel Wind Strike?
Steel Wind Strike.
It's 30 feet, and then I can hit another creature within 30 feet of that.
You'd be able to hit all of them but one, and that one has not left the cave.
4 it is then. Does a 16 hit?
A 16. Are you attacking a Shadow Blade on the 16 or the Captain on a 16?
16 Shadow Blade.
A 16 does not hit the Shadow Blade.
Cool. Next one is a 22.
That'll hit.
They take 25 points of force damage.
Okay.
Next is a 20 for 25. And finally, a natural 20 on the Captain.
Okay.
For 60.
Oof. Owie. That's quite a bit of force damage. They're still up, but wow. Wow.
And he is going to, as he's passing by the Captain, he's going to stay in place, but as he teleports in Elvish, he'll just say, "Where are you looking?" And then return to his spot.
Okay. Sounds good. So your Steel Wind Strike targeted 3 guys?
Because I missed on one.
Gotcha.
It would typically hit 5, but 1 is out of range.
There's still the
and then-
Quaggoth.
Oh, the Quaggoth. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
if you would like to include them in this.
Yes, definitely. 27.
Okay, 27 definitely hits.
I'll hit the Quaggoth who's focusing.
Only one.
Oh, 48 force damage.
There was only one. Now there are
I rolled
0.
I rolled a 10, an 8, a 6, and 3 more 8s after that.
That's pretty fucking good.
Why couldn't I get that with the net? Whatever.
That is okay. Sounds good. So that was Caelum's turn. That dude, Dorian, is still running. It's now the Shadow Blade that is still up on Gwen. They are going to continue attacking Gwen.
I guess.
Why not? You're right
They have
there.
advantage.
Okay. Thank goodness, because that first die was a 2, but the second one ended up being much higher than that. That is a 26 to hit. So Gwen, that is for 9 points of piercing, 13 points of necrotic, and 11 points of poison.
Not looking good.
Second attack,
Oh boy.
natural 20.
Well, we're having that poison, right?
Oh, 100%. I'm down. Whatever you're doing, I'm down.
Okay.
I had 8 left.
Sounds good. They roll a minimum 14 dice. So yeah,
Shit.
on a crit they would roll the minimum. So yeah, Gwen, as they are attacking you, you end up going down. And as you are like falling over, you see that little Eladrin girl like looks in your direction, and you just see that like she has this like like very like scared look on her face watching you go down. Next up is Cori.
Great. I am also bechained. Yes.
You were, but again, that chain only lasts for the next attack. Just gives advantage to whoever.
Right. Okay. So it doesn't. It means that I'm not.
You're not
I'm not
grappled, restrained,
grappled.
nothing. No, it's literally just.
Gotcha.
It provides an opening for the next person.
How many dudes are next to me?
At this point, just one.
Is Gwen very far?
Gwen is about 20 feet away from where you are, and
Cool.
currently surrounded by 3 people.
Hmm.
Well, 2 actually. There was a Shadow Blade, or there were 2 Shadow, or no, Shadow Blade, Captain, The 2 Quackoths have died. So just those 2.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna. I hate this, but it's fine. I'm gonna face step over to Gwen and lay on hands for the lot of it, which is a number that I remember. 70 hit points for Gwen.
Damn.
That's my bonus and my action. That's it.
You are in your fall form?
I'm in my fall form. I gain +2 to my AC, and I get 10 temporary hit
You
points.
get 10 temp HP, and then you have +2 to your AC as long as you have those temp HP.
Precisely.
Okay. So then next up is the Drow Captain that suffered quite the brunt. Or not Drow Captain. The Mard Captain that suffered quite the brunt of Caelum's attack. And Caelum, what did you say to them? You're muted.
He said, "Where are you looking?" in Elvish.
And this figure sort of like looks at you and then looks over towards the rest of your party, looks up really quick, seeing Arjhan flying, and they are going to get down towards the ground and they are just going to rush you. And when they do, you see them pull out a scimitar. And they are going to try and attack you with it. Does 16 hit?
Nope.
Okay, next attack. Less than that. And then the third attack, you see them actually try and whip at you with a natural 20 on the chain.
Oof.
So, Caelum, you are going to be taking 9 points of slashing damage. And then the next attack against you has advantage. Yep.
Okay.
Which is great because one of the Shadow Blades is not very happy with the fact that you have performed this magical might. You prevented them from using a fairy fire earlier, so they are going to also try and stab out towards you. Except I think that this one, that Shadow Blade is actually near Cori, so they're going to focus on Coriander, which is a 2 on the die, which does not do anything. And then a modified 20 to hit?
No.
Okay.
Now that I've got my ironwood defense, haha!
Okay, sounds good. Next up, have you... The captain that has the prosthetic leg actually has not taken any damage this combat. So they are also going to start focusing on you, Caelum. They are going to rush up with their scimitar. And that is still a miss. I don't believe that a 13 will hit you.
Not anymore.
No. And then second attack is a modified 20.
Shield.
Okay. Sounds good as they try and get you with that, but it does not seem to work. Arjhan.
How many are in Gwen and Cori's clusterfuck?
In the Gwen Cori clusterfuck, there are currently 2.
Okay. And the only other one is the captain that's on Caelum.
Caelum currently has 2 captains that are on him.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna swivel back around, move my hunter's mark to the one that has not taken damage yet.
Okay.
And take some shots.
Do it.
17.
Okay, so a 17 hits.
What about a 15?
A 15 misses.
What about a natural 20?
That'll do it.
Okay. So this guy is gonna get hit with 43 points of damage.
Oof. Okay. Sounds good. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. So that was Arjhan. Gwen, it is your turn. Last thing you saw was little Eladrin girl watching you fall, but then boop, you just get resuscitated very quickly. Thanks to your own Eladrin friend.
Gwen does the adrenaline shot thing where she just like sits upright. Ah! She's gonna rage again.
Okay.
So tiny rage. Oh, roll 20. Are you frozen, baby? Apparently. Okay. So that's my bonus action. I will take an action against the first person I see when I open my eyes.
It's Cori.
Nope. Whomever that shall be. I make 2 attacks.
Yes. So you have... There are 2 nearby you that you can see that you'd be able to attack.
Yeah, let me just double check one thing, because I think that is... Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so 2 attacks. One is a 27. Oh, and one's a 15.
15 does not hit.
Okay. So, oh, I just rolled 1 then. That's so weird. That's a 20 damage
Okay.
on that hit. That's it.
Okay, so it was a total of how much damage? It was 20?
20.
20? Okay.
Yeah, because I only hit once.
Gotcha.
And I already action surge, so...
All right, so the one in the cave is going to continue taking pot shots out towards your group.
What a dick.
They are going to try and shoot at you, Cori. That is a miss. And that is a miss. They rolled a 2 on the die both times. Next up, Caelum, you have a shadow blade that is on you. So they are going to continue trying to just stab the boy. That is a miss for a 12. And another miss. I need to stop using that die for a 13. So those attacks, completely ineffectual. Next up, Caelum.
He's going to quickly reach into the crossbow bolts cases in his hips, pull out 10 crossbows and bolts and cast animate objects. Okay, does a 16 hit.
Against the Shadow Blade?
Captain, yeah.
Captain, Shadow Blades and Captains are different.
Okay, basically the one I had hit earlier with the crit.
With the crit is a Captain, a 16 will hit them.
Okay, 22.
22 hits.
27.
Yep.
20, 22, 12 wouldn't hit.
12 would not.
So 23, 21, and an 18 for 62 points of piercing damage.
They are shredded like cheese from all of these flying crossbow bolts.
Just all enter and exit like a pincushion and then slowly retract out.
That was the captain that had the limp right arm.
Okay. Rolls his shield and looks at the next guy.
Okay. Sounds good. So he gone. Next up is a Shadow Blade that's in the Cori Gwen debacle. And they are... Let's see if they're smart. They are not. So they are going to try and Shadow Blade out towards the Caelum that has revealed themselves here. For a 21 or 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Okay. So, Cori, you are going to be taking 8 points of piercing damage. And then 13 points of necrotic damage and 14 points of poison damage. Then second attack is another 22 to hit.
I'll use my thing on this.
Okay. So that is going to be for 6 points of piercing damage.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I rolled 6.
Gotcha. You will still be taking 11 points of necrotic damage. And then 17 points of poison damage.
Okay, so my ancestral protector, the creature has resistance to the damage dealt by this attack. So
It's
the
all
the
halved.
rest, yeah, all halved. Okay.
All right. What was the? It was 11 and 17.
Yes.
The last two ones.
So 5 and 8.
Got it.
Quick math. Best thing I can do on this game.
I appreciate it so much.
Okay.
Math numbers bounce around in my head like a DVD screensaver.
And as they stab out towards you, Cori, you see that the darkness actually being shed by the Shadow Blade encompasses them, as it creates a 5-foot cube of darkness just around themselves. Or, yeah, a 5-foot cube within 5 feet of the target. Alrighty, so they've covered themselves in darkness. Next up, Cori.
Rolling for my Aura of Vitality. That's more than 10 for both of them. Yeah, okay. Hello, my name's Cori. God, okay, there's two of them who are near us, right?
Yes, one has completely shrouded themselves in shadows, and then the other is the other captain.
All right, first of all, I'm going to Aura of Vitality, some healing for myself, for 7. And then I would, can I maneuver so that I can get the two of them in a line without harming any of my friends?
Yeah.
All right, here comes a lightning bolt, baby. Lightning bolt requires a
Dex save.
Dex save.
They fail.
Cool.
Rolling really low.
Yay. So that's gonna be for 21 lightning damage. That's my bonus, that's my action. That's it for now.
Okay. Next up, Caelum, you have a Shadow Blade that is still on you. So they are going to try and stabby towards you. That is a 26 to hit. So, Caelum, you are going to be taking 8 points of piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Then 9 points of necrotic.
Which is halved. I haven't used this in a while.
And 7 points of poison. And then does animate object require concentration?
Gotta roll those.
Okay.
I get advantage. Yep, on first.
That's all one source.
That's all one source?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then second attack. That is a 17 to hit.
Shield.
Okay. Sounds good. So they try and stab you. It don't work. And then they are also going to shroud themselves in shadow. Next up is the remaining captain, who is nearest Cori and Gwen at this point. And they are... Yeah, they are going to whip you, Cori. That is a 26.
Yep.
Okay, so you are going to be taking 8 points of piercing damage as they then back up from you and begin like making their way towards the opening of this cave. So you both have an attack of opportunity against them.
Okay. Uh, 14 to hit?
14 does not hit.
Okay.
And Gwen, you have an attack of opportunity as well. No, you wouldn't because
no,
you used
Wait.
because you used
Oh,
your
yeah.
reaction previously. Gotcha. So they are going to back up towards the cave mouth that they originally exited from, and then they're going to take a pot shot towards you, Cori.
I think I have a thing for this. Whenever something provokes an attack of opportunity against me, I can move up to half of my movement to cut off their escape.
Oh, sweet.
It's a Oath of Vengeance thing. I'm gonna double check and make sure I don't have to have like marked them or something first.
Sure.
It would be a class feature. So many things. Okay, or protection, relentless avenger. Whenever you hit a creature with an opportunity attack. Okay, didn't hit him. All right, never mind.
Gotcha. Yeah, so then they're going to try and pepper you with a hand crossbow. 14 does not hit, so they are back towards the opening of the cave mouth again. And Arjhan, it is your turn. You can see still one Shadow Blade on Cori and Gwen, the captain that is retreating back to the cave mouth, and then another Shadow Blade that is on Caelum.
The one that I've Hunter's marked.
The one that you would Hunter's marked was the one that
Who's retreating?
is currently retreating, yes.
No, he's not. Natural 20.
My boy. This is what he does, Indoor. This is what he does.
I know, since day one.
30.
Okay. Still up, but not happy.
30 to hit.
Yeah, it'll do her.
$15.
Still up, but not liking this situation.
24.
24 also hits.
$17.
Okay. They are looking mightily injured. They were not expecting all of that to rain down from the sky upon them, but they're doing...
How far are they away?
From where you are, they would be, if you got popped 40 feet up in the air, you would be able to reach them within 40.
I'm going to land in front of them.
Okay. Yeah, they are kind of like taken aback a little bit. You see their eyes behind the bandages go wide for a little bit as this dragon man just pomps down in front of them.
And I know he can't understand me, so I'm not going to ask him to just like drop.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Sounds good. Gwen, it is your go.
What's right in front of me? Just the one bandaged dude?
Yes, one bandaged dude. It is just a Shadow Blade. He is currently in a an encasement of shadow.
Oh, right. Okay. And how far away is the guy who's running away?
The guy who is running away is 30 feet away from you.
Perfect.
But
Gwen's gonna
Arjhan is currently in front of him.
like between me and him.
Yes, because he dropped down from the sky.
Boo.
Wait, I thought he was running away.
Yeah, he is running away. Gwen was specifically asking about the dude who was running away. So did you like cut off his?
Yeah, I'm trying to cut him off.
Okay. I thought that you landed behind. Never mind. We're good. So Gwen, Arjhan is behind that guy. So you see like black cloak and bandaged frame, like silhouetted against your friend's very swole draconic body.
All right. My question is, if I perhaps wanted to throw the Sun Forger and hit both the person in front of me who's in this darkness and the other gentleman who's running away, would I either hit myself or hit Arjhan?
No.
Okay.
You could place it like dead center between the two of them.
I would like to do that. Gwen looks into this darkness. I'm gonna drop the run axe because it's hot in my hand.
No, the dude who was making it hot died.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
I pocket it And by pocketed, I mean I put it on my belt. And I'm going to throw the Sun Forger at this bitch. They need to make a DC 15 Dex saving throw, please.
Okay.
So much dice.
Fail.
Ah.
And a success.
Okie dokie. Well, that's 25 damage total.
Okay.
So half as much on a save.
Okay.
And that is fire damage.
Yes. Okay. Got it. They are both still up, but they do not like.
Good. I'm going to send, with my bonus action, I'm going to send Grayskull 30 feet in front of me because this guy who's in the darkness is going to pop out at some point, and Grayskull can use a reaction to attack him if he, like, for an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good. So the next up, the one that has stayed in the cave where it is safe from all this nonsense and currently has a very good look at a large draconic back. So they are going to make an attack towards you, Arjhan. That is a 11 to hit.
No.
Yeah, you get the sense like something is coming up behind you, and as you like turn out of the way, you see this shadowed sword actually try and get you. It seems like they had come up to try and do a heckin' stab, unsuccessfully, I might add. However, I think that a 28 will hit.
Sure.
Okay, so that is going to be for 8 points of piercing damage. Then 7 points of necrotic damage, and 9 points of poison damage.
Okay.
Okay.
100's mark is good.
And then that was all that they were able to do. Next up is the one that is still on Caelum. And Caelum, they are going to be making some attacks towards Yi. But a 17?
No, I'm still shielded.
Okay. However, a 27 will hit.
Definitely.
Okay, so that is going to be for 6 points of piercing.
Okay.
Then 13 points of necrotic.
Half to 6.
And 7 points of poison.
7, 7, 6. I need to make a 10. Yep.
Okay. Next up, Caelum.
I should have been. This is going to be a long process. He's going to use his bonus action to command the animate objects into attack formation, which is 10 attacks. How hurt does this guy look?
The guy who's been stabbing you recently?
Yes.
Fine.
Cool. Because on top of that, I'm also going to use an inflict wounds at 7th level. So let's do some rolling. So this is going to be the batch of crossbow bolts. 23 to hit.
Yes.
A 16.
16 misses.
That will also miss. Math 14 will miss. That will also miss. Jeez Louise, that will also miss. It's a 7. 21.
Okay.
That will definitely miss. And finally, that will miss. So 4 of them hit. 44 plus 14. I'm sorry, I'm doing math in my head. So that's 30 points of slashing or piercing damage, and the inflict wounds deals, or sorry,
Then what'd you
a
get on the-
nine-
19?
19
19 will
on
hit.
the inflict wounds. So he's gonna take 58 necrotic.
Hoo-wee. Yucky. Don't like that.
Wait till he sees what happens when he tries to run.
Okay. Next up, things aren't looking super hot. So this individual who has shrouded themselves in darkness that is near Cori and Gwen is going to dismiss the darkness around them, and when they do, oh no. Yeah, so they will try and stab out towards Gwen through this darkness. So they can still see you, but
Oh shit, they can.
yes.
Wow.
So that is a 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Gwen, you are going to be taking 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Follow that up with 12 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And 9 points of poison damage.
Okay.
And when they hit with the sword, they can dismiss the darkness that was around them to cause the target to take an additional 6d6 necrotic damage. So,
This bitch.
I need me that sword.
You'll get it, don't worry.
so Gwen, you are also going to be taking... It's okay, I rolled really low. 12 points of necrotic damage. There were 4 ones on those 6s.
Thank you, dice gods.
Then second attack. That is a 16 to hit.
That meets.
Okay. For
I have.
11 points of piercing.
I don't know why I have bracers of defense. It does nothing.
The bracers, they do nothing.
It doesn't matter if I have 14 or 16.
11 points of necrotic. And
Okay.
then 10 points of poison.
There was a moment during this battle where I was like, oh, I can just, like, thunder step away. And then I'm like, wait, I don't have those gauntlets on. It's all right. I have my defense gauntlets on.
Okay. So yeah, that was all that they could do. They are no longer in shadow, and they are going to try and actually just get away at this point. They are going to try and leave. They will be provoking an attack of opportunity from you.
Okie dokie.
Cori's
All right.
also there.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna just double check because I think that the echo uses my because if he moves past me and Grayskull, can you your reaction? Okay, no, it's just mine. Okay, so 26
I got a 28 to hit.
Okay.
1 for 17 damage.
Okay.
I'm putting a smite on this baby.
Oh boy.
That's going to be 10 slashing damage from the magical blade of worth. And who doggy? How many spell slots do I have? Which ones am I willing to give up for this? Yeah, my Revivify's on my Revivify's on 3rd level. I'll do 4th level. Why not? Cori's been taking a lot of punishment, and she's not gonna take it anymore. That's gonna be 35 radiant damage.
Holy shit.
And now I've hit with an opportunity attack, so she's going to move to cut off his escape.
You don't need to. He's not moving anymore.
Oh, that's fine. She's gonna move anyway.
Okay. Sounds good. So then the only ones that are still left are Caelum has 2 Shadow Blades that are on him. There's a drow captain, or not a drow captain. Why do I keep saying that? A captain at the cave opening, and then another Shadow Blade in the cave behind Arjhan. Cori, it is your go.
Okay. First of all, Gwen, you're getting 12 hit points. There are 2 Shadow Blades on Caelum, and a Shadow Blade and a captain on Arjhan.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. How many people can I maneuver to hit with another lightning bolt?
You would be able to get the 2 that are on Caelum.
All right.
But you wouldn't be able to get, because Arjhan is standing directly between 2 of these individuals, you wouldn't be able to get, like, both of them without hitting Arjhan.
That's fine. I feel like Arjhan's got this handled anyway. Yes, I will do
Okay.
that. I will maneuver for a lightning bolt.
Okay.
They need to make deck saves.
Okay, that is a fail and a fail. Or no, does a 16 succeed?
It does not.
Okay,
You're
yeah,
looking
they
for a
both fail.
17. Yeah. Take that. Zap. 24 lightning damage.
Okay.
And that was my movement bonus action. We're good.
Okay. Sounds good. Next up, the one that is next to Arjhan, the captain, is going to disengage, duck behind him, and then just start running as fast as they can down this cave mouth. And in Elven, they call out for a retreat. Arjhan, it is your turn. You do not speak Elven. But this individual, or if you would like, there is also an attack of opportunity. Or no, they disengage, so you wouldn't be able to get an attack of opportunity, but there is...
Wouldn't be able to take it with the ranged weapon anyway.
True.
He's still within line of sight, right?
Yeah. And you have him hunter's marked.
15?
15 does not hit.
28?
That'll do it.
That was a natural 15 on the die. 25 points of damage.
Okay, they did call for a retreat and were running away. All of these are now past tense.
Is there still a dude directly behind me?
Yes, there is.
Like, okay. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step in the air back, like up and back,
Okay.
provoking an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, they'll take it. 21 to hit
That'll hit.
for 7 points of slashing or piercing damage from this. No, I keep need to read words. Piercing damage. It is piercing damage. So 7 points of piercing damage, and then 10 points of necrotic, and 9 points of poison.
Okay, 7, 10, and 9 is 26.
Yes.
Okay. Con save is good. 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
And I would have liked to use my bonus action to move my hunter's mark to him.
Totally fair.
So, give me that. Give me that. Give me that. 21 points of damage.
Okay. They take that. This is the first damage that this cave dweller has taken.
That's it.
Okay. So Arjhan is now up in the air. Gwen, it is your go. And you can see that Caelum currently has 2 of these individuals on him, and then there is another in the cave mouth.
Arjhan seems to have the one in the cave mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Gwen is going to move towards the ones on Caelum.
Okay. One looks significantly more hurt than the other.
Gwen is going to attack the. Just going to double check. Yeah, Gwen's going to attack the one that, is not as hurt.
Sure.
First, recklessly, because Gwen's reckless. For need more desk space. That is 28 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Ooh, max damage, so that's 20 or no. 21
Okay.
damage. And then Grayskull. Oh, did I manifest an echo last time?
I don't think you've manifest an echo,
Okay.
but you've just
then
been
I'll
like using Grayskull as your spirit guy.
Right. I will use my bonus action to manifest an echo on the opposite side of us so that these creatures are surrounded. Oh, I thought I did because Grayskull. I'll use my bonus action to move Grayskull with me so that he's on the opposite side. So if they try to retreat, he gets a reaction. And then he's going to attack from behind them. Not that that matters, but that's 22 to hit the one who is more damaged.
Yes.
And that is going to be a 2. And that is going to be a 17 damage.
Okay. Sounds good.
This is my turn.
All right. Next up is the one that Arjhan shot. They're just booking it. They're booking it. They see no reason to stick around here. But they will. Yeah, they just leave. They are going to do their best to start running deeper into this cave. They're going to use their full round action to just move. So Arjhan, since you have your hunter's mark on them, you can feel that they get
before they leave. I'm literally right above them.
Yes.
Can I claw them?
They had taken an attack of opportunity against you, so that way you could get up and provide some distance. I'm gonna say no, because you would have had to move away enough for them to be able to take that attack of opportunity. Right?
That makes sense to me. If he provoked, then the other guy
Then you would be
far enough
outside of
he
that
wouldn't.
5-foot range.
All right.
So yeah, but you can still feel them running 60 feet down this cave.
I just can't see them anymore.
Because your dark vision is 30 feet, right?
I think it's 60.
Okay, so yeah, they just pass the extent of your dark vision. Then next up is one of the Shadow Men's that is still on Caelum. They're just going to try and stab the boy. They have nothing else left. Like, they know that they are not in a good way. So Caelum does a 22 hit.
Shield.
Okay. You're going to try and stab again. That's a miss. Even without the shield. That's all that they can do. Caelum, it is your go.
Haven't busted out this one in a while. Nevermore Life Hunt at 5th level.
Okay.
And also perforating this guy with crossbow bolts. Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
15?
Nope.
Okay, so 12, that won't hit. 18, then the rest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, d6 plus 64, sorry, whoops. Plus 24. 36 points of piercing, and here comes the life hunt.
You can do the life hunt on a different guy. That's okay.
Okay, I'll life hunt the other guy.
Yeah.
That's a natural 20.
Ugh.
for. No! I hit back on Caelum's sheet. Forgive me for being dumb. Fifth level. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Oof. 64 psychic.
Sweet. So, hey, Caelum, I have a question
Yeah.
for you. You haven't used Nevermore Life Hunt in a while. Has its visuals changed at all as you level this guy? I want you to paint me a picture of this marred one's final moments.
You see Caelum basically perforate one guy, take a step, and with his shield hand, I imagine the shield is strapped to his like arm. He'll grip him by the throat and lift him up, and you see him just dehydrate in his hand as red threads wrap their way down into him.
Yeef. So, Cori, it is your turn. There are no more of these individuals that you can see. Arjhan seems to Arjhan had is also in the process of hunting one, but they had left and are making their way down the cave. You guys are effectively out of combat, should you so choose, but if you would prefer to hunt down this last one, you can totally do that as well.
I can trust Arjhan to do that. I know that if that guy needs to die, Arjhan will make it happen. She's going to turn around and look for the family that was running away.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to find them. It seems like they were able to get far enough away that they actually created a little bit of a barrier for themselves. And at this point, you are just seeing this werewolf looking very hackles up, ready to fuck some shit up. And your friend Solana the Dusk Hag just like hands up, just like, I am not trying to hurt you. I am your friend. And he's saying, that's something my enemy would say. Like they are like having this conversation. As it seems like hags aren't usually the friendly type here in the Feywild.
Great. Cori's gonna sheathe her sword, which I imagine looks like she makes the motion like she's going to sheathe it, but then it just like poofs into leaves and disappears back into her ring.
Yep.
And she's just gonna run over there, skid to a stop between the two of them, like hands out to each one, just all like, she really isn't your enemy.
Okay, and Arjhan.
I'm trying to make this dude dead.
Okay. So yeah, you get into the cave just a little bit more, and you can see them at the extent of your dark vision in the process of running away, but they are still within range of your crossbow.
I got the zoomies because I'm in dragon aspect.
Hell yeah!
I'm literally flying in front of him and peppering him.
Okay.
All right. A lot, 32.
Okay.
Natural 1. 28. So 2 of those hit.
They do.
Uh, 32 points of damage.
Okay. Sounds good. And you have now gotten in their way. You're peppering them. Make an intimidation check.
I would like to use forceful presence.
Sure.
They were both 13.
Okay. Thankfully, they got less than that. Your intimidation check comes off as a good thing for you. So do you just like make yourself look really big and foreboding and like shake your head like you're not going anyplace?
No, I just like sort of stand there. Okay. And just like keep taking aim. Like this guy can do what he wants.
Okay. And I think that is where we are going to go into our break right now. I know that it's very late for us, but I need to use the restroom. We need to grab some water. We're going to try and be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. Hopefully it's shorter, but we will return. So don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. And we're back.
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp, and you're watching Indoor Adventures.
Dun, 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 dun.
Sparkles.
Are we gonna get like a caption thing, like a "The More You Know" banner? I'd be down for it. That'd be
Disney
pretty cool.
Channel.
He,
And
he
you're
didn't watch-
watching
I don't think he watched
Okay,
Disney Channel
I-
growing up.
I
have
literally
it.
just saw like 3 humps.
That's what it is. You draw the Mickey Mouse ears, and it's 3 humps. Okay.
Yeah,
This is what I got. I don't have
Well,
a magic wand.
It's a
It
big,
actually
and then a
draws it.
little, and then a big.
Yeah. No,
Oh
I
my
love
God.
watching the GIFs where like they show what they're actually drawing, and it's just
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ray Charles, and this is the Disney Channel.
Oh my God, no! You stop that right now, sir.
Sir!
So, back to D&D. Arjhan, you have a prisoner, if you would like, or no? All right.
Arjhan, you have a murder.
If you'd
Arjhan, you
like,
have a
there can
heckin' war
just be a couple white flashes from inside of the cave.
So, a few arcs back, you all looked very clearly at what Arjhan looks like whenever he is capturing prey in a more feral sense. It is a very similar sight whenever he drags this person back out. Just like with his claws like in his shoulder, pulling him out.
Are they still breathing?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just very injured?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you'd like, they can be unconscious and at 1, or they can still be conscious.
I can spare the dying if they drop.
All right, we'll just say that you spared them. I mean, that's really what it is. They have been spared in this moment.
Cori's just like, we are not your enemies, and then like Arjhan comes out all scary, like. "Rrrr."
All right. So as you are trying to state, we are not your enemies, you watch as this werewolf then begins to shift back down into their humanoid form. And you see that they are an Eladrin, but they are currently in their summer form. And you're guessing that might have been a little bit to the cause as to why they may have had a bit of a glowy about them. But when they shift down, the young Eladrin girl rushes up and yells "Uncle" before giving the werewolf a very large hug, saying that she is glad that he is safe, and he just sort of picks her up and hugs her close as well. And the elven figure, denoted as Dorian, also begins to... This entire crew begins to express their gratitude in Elven towards you and yours.
Does anybody have any fucking clue what happened here?
Ow.
Are any of you hurt?
The werewolf, who identifies himself as Andric, says, "Oh, I got a little roughed up from the silver back there, but I should be fine in a couple hours."
Cam will point over to a rock, tell him to sit, and can you explain to us what happened?
And he will nod. And he'll sit and also ask, "Are you sure this place is safe?"
We could make back for camp.
And then he nods and says, "I can explain everything at the camp. And he looks back and sees like there's a slew of dead bodies behind you guys from the individuals that you were going, and says, "For the little one's sake, I would prefer if we did this someplace more devoid of death."
He'll translate to the rest of the party.
I'm glad they're okay.
Do we need to do anything with this one? I'll hold up his like limp body, like acid probably still dripping off of my claws.
Would he be able to give us any information that you cannot? She says to the people we've rescued.
And Andric shakes their head and says, "They're just one of the underlings."
Okay. Arjhan is going to, claws still dripping acid, just like instead of gripping into his shoulder, he moves a little bit closer to the face.
As you're moving up, like the parents like cover the Eladrin girl's eyes, just like.
Yeah, Cori's gonna like walk up and like intentionally get like between moves that the girl is between herself and Arjhan, and kneel down so she has to look away from that to look at her. And she'll say, "Hello there, I'm Cori. What's your name?"
And she says, "I'm Bianca Kesselvane."
It's very nice to meet you, Bianca.
Are you really a Caelum?
Yes, the Caelum of the Fallen Leaves.
And when you say that, the adults of their group kind of like there's a little bit of like shock, and they look at each other, and then Dorian Kesselvane says, "Well, I thought the Caelum was gone."
He may be, and there's a new Caelum now.
And they slowly sort of nod, and as your group then makes their way back to camp, Dorian and Andric will effectively tell you all that when winter made its way to the shores of the Autumn Isle, that before there was really a set evacuation plan that had been made, they had heard that a lot of the Archfey, a lot of the other Fey creatures were making their way to the material plane. That seemed terrifying to them. They didn't know, they had no clue about what could possibly lie beyond the realm that they knew. They weren't lucky enough to make it to any of the port towns when the primary evacuation was going on. So themselves, like a lot of the other hardier Fae, decided that they were going to then stay and see if they could wait out the winter, not thinking that it was going to be as bad as it was. When people started leaving and the Fomorians came, they started to take people. They started to take surfacers back down to their kingdoms to use as slaves. These individuals are former slaves that escaped. The marred ones, the individuals that were chasing after them, are effectively Eladrin who have aligned themselves with the Fomorians. So rather than trying to fight against them, they have joined the cause to uphold the status quo within the Feydark. The reason they are called the Marred Ones is because the Fomorians have a complete distaste for elven beauty standards. These Eladrin are no different and mutilate themselves, like on their faces, on their bodies, to create a sense of imperfection. Because that is what the Fomorians believe to be like the ultimate form. So in order to show their loyalty, they do this to themselves. The reason why they have these bandages, why they have this gear, is to create a sense of, almost like in retail where you're all supposed to wear the same, like you have to wear the same shirt, the same hat, the same pants as everybody else, just so that way there is a more like, there's a generalized sense of fear until you can become a captain, and then that is when you get someone like the limp-armed fellow or the other one who had the prosthetic leg, that sort of thing. Andric reveals that there are quite a number of other of his lycanthropic tribe that are actually still in the Fomorian city, and there are many more Eladrin that are there as well. But they are grateful for your help.
Caelum's gonna hand Dorian a javelin and a mace. These'll probably serve you better than your dagger.
And Dorian nods and tells you thank you.
In common, he's gonna go ahead.
I was like, Gwen's going to lean down to the little girl and hand over a silver bangle that she has. And, like, she doesn't speak the language, but, like, puts it in her hand and closes her fingers over it and, like, makes a strong arm, like, flexes to her, like, this will make you strong.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Okay.
You know, the Fae have a thing about gifts from strangers.
Oh, fair. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. 12.
She seems appreciative.
Cool.
Although her uncle does seem a little like, at you handing her something silver.
Okay.
Here, use this to murder your uncle.
Uncle Werewolf gets 16 points of healing.
Okay.
In common, Caelum will turn back to the party. So what's our play now? Continue on our path?
They said a lot of people are enslaved, right?
Right. But if we have to free up Winter first, then we can gather some forces and head down into the Fomorian city. I don't think we can take on a city.
Caelum. She motions to them.
You went down with 5 guys around you. That's impressive. I'd hate
Yeah.
to see what an entire city can do.
Look, I've been around a city that's been enslaved, and I don't want to sit by to watch another one be that way. If I know there's injustice, if I know that there are people who are being, held down just because they're not strong enough to be held up, I can't just walk by that, Caelum.
Right, but as Arjhan said, we are not a covert group by any means.
We don't have to be covert. I mean, the best way to go in and cause turmoil for a bunch of people in enslavement is to
Incite rebellion?
incite rebellion, or give them the means to, but 2 of us do not speak the language, and we really don't have that much equipment to give out.
If I can get my hands on some ore, maybe I can fabricate a few
That's
swords.
a big if.
Cori, you know this area better than everyone else. I mean, we've never been to the Feywild before, and I know this isn't your favored terrain or anything like that, but, like, what do you think?
It pains me just as much as anyone to see people suffering like this. These are my people. I'm supposed to protect them.
And she looks back at the family kind of huddled together.
But these are the people that are in front of us right now. We need to make sure that they're safe first, and then decide what to do from there.
Are you suggesting that we take them back out to fall?
That is something that I could do.
Bring them back to the town.
Could take
It'll be a better place than here.
take them to Dusk Ridge. Scorchbane is there. Cassan is there. I
Fall
am
is
not
not
exactly equipped to deal with people that I cannot put to sleep.
I thought you were part of a coven.
I feel mightily powerful whenever I am next to Caelum, but apparently us being twinsies is a detriment to him.
Whenever she's around, my access to the weave is cut short. I
Oh.
only have access to my clerical spells whenever that happens. I wonder if Scorchbane could fit in these tunnels.
Oh,
No.
Jesus. No, that's...
I'm going to say a hard pass on that one.
Cori, Caelum, can you ask them more about, like, where they were held? Like, can we figure out a way to, like, infiltrate? They got out, right? So, like...
I mean, there's a bunch of dead Marred ones out there. Cori and I could dress up.
All right, Caelum, there is a line, and that is a line that I'm not comfortable crossing.
Looting dead bodies for their equipment so that we can infiltrate a city.
Oh, not where I thought you were going with that, but okay, I'm better with that.
I'm sorry, where did you think I was going with that, Gwen?
Is that
humor
the
me.
doc?
You know,
Humor
you,
me.
you know what? It's fine. Let's
no,
not talk.
no. Humor me. In common right now. Humor me, Gwen.
Well, I mean, like, you don't have anything to disguise yourself as these people, right?
Other than a bunch of clothing and gear.
Right. They look different than you, though, right?
They
like
wear face wrappings, Gwen.
Well, okay, but
Perfect, and-
some of them don't, and I was thinking that maybe you're. You know what?
They
I
all
don't want to.
did.
You know what? I don't want to talk about it.
Gwen sees the world in
I'm
crotches.
sorry. I'm yelling. It's okay. I'm so sorry.
For the
She
audio
gets upset
cast,
when I yells.
Cat is upset. for
I'm
yells.
sorry. Look, it's not a bit. You know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it because, like, it. You know what? It was a me idea. It wasn't an us idea, and I'm just gonna let it go.
Did you think I was gonna skin them?
Nope.
Insight check.
Deception check.
Oh my god.
14.
I'm like, of course she didn't think we were gonna skin them.
18.
Oh boy, she thought you were gonna skin them.
That's really funny.
Caelum walks back to the refugee group. We're gonna take a rest here for the night, so you should be safe with us. Solana here will take you back upward to Duskridge. It's safe there.
Andric pulls you in a little closer. How can we trust her? She's a hag.
I'm in a coven with her.
And when you say that, his eyes like it looks like you just slapped his face with a fish. Like he has no idea what to do. Just like
I'm also the head of said coven, so
Can I talk to the Caelum again?
Hello, yes, I'm over here.
We would like to get out of here. We'd like to get back to the is winter. What is the status of the surface?
Winter is still a threat. That is actually what we're coming down here for. We're on our way to go and try and take care of it. However, fall has been retaken. There is a dragon named Scorchbane and a greater Fey, Kessin. They are protecting fall from winter for the time being.
Well, hopefully the two of them are strong enough. But I will lend whatever strength I have to their cause.
Tell me, what is the status of the Fomorian city? What are their numbers? What is their power? How many people are trapped there?
Their numbers are many. Their power is great. This is not a city. This is a fortress.
Yet you were still able to escape.
Not without raising a few alarms. We escaped thanks to the kindness of one that allowed us to leave through a back door, enter into some sewers, and we barely made it out. The only reason we did was because I could keep my brother's family safe.
There are more like you, though.
But as you may have noticed, the Marred ones are rather adept at fighting those who are like me. They use silver on their weapons because they know what we are.
I see.
We have been downtrodden, separated. And there are many who the hope has all but left their eyes. We are not the only lycanthropes down there. There are rats who have sided with the Fomorians as well. And they seek to place themselves at the top of the chain. But all chains can be broken. Just need to be strong enough to break it.
I'm happy to see that hope is still alive, even in the darkest of places.
And I am happy to see that there is once again a Caelum in the Autumn Isle.
Hopefully for many more years to come.
Yes. If you follow the cave that we came from for at least another, I don't know how far we ran, it must have been at least 4 or 5 hours, you will find the kingdom. The illustrious fortress. That is where we were being held.
Our people will walk free again.
And he lowers his head a little bit and nods and says, God's blood, I hope it's true.
She'll put a reassuring hand on his shoulder. And she'll come back to her party, explain in common the situation.
He said from the kindness of one.
Yes.
Any information on this one?
Yeah, and like the layout of the city, how we can sneak back in.
I will get as much information as possible. But
Is this a now thing or a later thing?
it depends. The vase. Is this something that we are going to need? Can we fabricate it? And are we certain it's going to work?
We can get our hands on the real deal. That's so much the better. We won't be dealing with a faulty one.
Or the side effects that would come from an attempt.
My people are suffering, Arjhan.
I'm saying that we do it.
All right.
Your people are suffering both above and below. It's just who do you want to help right now?
I think the people that are enslaved are a little bit more entitled than the people who are just get a little cold.
rather than the people that are getting killed.
Who says they're not? Sorry, I have a little bit of a bias over this. My history. Maybe I shouldn't be part of the vote.
It's not a
I'm
contest.
saying that we go. I'm saying that we go help these people. I'm just saying this isn't quite as clear-cut of a decision as some of us may think.
Well,
If we go there, we can rescue these people. We had the possibility of finding the artifact that would help us on the surface, and honestly, maybe there's more stuff there that can help us.
If they're
I
willing.
think it's a good idea for us to go to this fortress.
And if they're willing after we free them to fight with us, that's more numbers in our advantage.
I would
We
never
wouldn't
ask someone to do that. Well, I would never. I guess
If
I'd
only
be
they were
more-
willing. I wouldn't force anyone.
guys, I think I might have a bit of an advantage as far as understanding how the society works that is enslaving. So maybe when we get there, I can take point. If it's anything like the Goliaths were when I joined, I can sort of direct and tell you guys the best way to go about bringing it down.
I value wisdom wherever it's source.
Arjhan just does a deep nod, sort of picking up what you're putting down.
I think that Cori will assemble her group with the adults of this family and acting as a translator, have a more open conversation about what's going on there, and any questions that Arjhan and Gwen specifically have for them, she will be the translator between that.
Okay.
Caelum will go off and entertain the kid.
They all gather around, using a stick to draw maps on the ground.
Okay.
And just kind of discuss everything. So there's a lot of Fomorians, and there is a large number of people who are trapped there. Do you know anything about this artifact? A vase with Corlon, his hand raised to the primordial Fae.
Let's see. It seems like Andric doesn't know anything. Dorian doesn't know anything. But Vivian, the mother, she seems to at least have heard of this thing. However, the knowledge that she is able to depart on this item is basically the same amount of information that you got from a legend lore.
Right. Okay.
But as you are figuring out your plan, finding out who this benefactor that allowed this small group to escape is, that is actually where we are going to call it for tonight's session, to give you guys some time to plan over the next coming week. So with that, I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by and join us for this wonderful session of Dungeon and or Dragon. I always have a blast whenever I get to play with all of these fine folk, especially RJ. Where can I find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the channel. You can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream video games. You can catch me this Saturday evening over at GGK, where we're playing Star Power. It's a game run under the Overarm system, which is Persona and JoJo inspired. It's great. It's fun. We're working for the bad guys. Sunday morning, I'm over at the Hype Goblins channel with Danae Keener, where we're over at their Nexus Adventure. I play as a Healy boy. His name's Rollin, and he's really good at his job. I use the Peace domain. It's really fun. Also, Sundays, it might be our last episode of Tomb of Annihilation, where I play Wally, the shifter fighter barbarian bard. DanaeKeener.com.
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters and Twitches. You can see me on my own channel, LBHackEmUp, tomorrow around 3 o'clock for some gaming. I'm not sure what I'm going to play this week, but afterwards I'm going to be on GGK. We're going to play Spell the RPG, which is a new system for us. It's super cute. The art for it is very adorable. I haven't read the rule book yet, but I will by tomorrow night. On Wednesday, it very well may be our last episode on Nerd Immersion's channel of Rod of 7 Parts. I didn't know that until I asked today, so maybe this week, maybe next week will be our finale. And then you can catch me back on my channel, LB Hack'em Up, on Thursday nights for Thursday Night Terrors. Lauren and I are playing some more spooky games. Very much, she'll be here. I'm sorry, not this Thursday, next Thursday, because it's Thanksgiving. But then you can catch me on GGK on Sunday afternoon for Slaying 101, and then back here for the finale of Tomb. Yay! ToNateKeener.com. Comic Sans.
No. I'm Cyber. Most of my stuff is at cyberwolf21.live. It's got my Twitter, where I stand the Black Eyed Peas, apparently. It's got my Twitch, where I play video games badly and talk about lore. I don't know what I'm doing on Saturday. I'm tired. We did Hades last week, and that was fun. But we'll be doing something different. It might be Hyrule Warriors, because next week, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, I'm going to be going through the entire story of Hyrule Warriors while raising money for some charities that are yet to be decided. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Archives that are on YouTube. Other YouTubes exist for Let's Talk About It, and I can't talk about that shit. Oh, never mind. RPG stuff. Well, Jabroni TV stuff. Jabroni TV. Watch it. Subscribe to it. We've got Phasmophobia, but also The Office in the same video series. Check it out. It's mildly British, which is the best way I can describe it. We've got full-length one-shots of tabletop RPGs like the Urban Shadows thing that I ran, Honey Heist, and something else that's going to be coming out really soon that just got recorded. Yeah, check out Jabroni TV. It's good. For RPGs, I'm here on Mondays. I'm here on Thursdays where I DM. And on High Shelf Gaming, sometimes on Tuesdays, I'm there playing Werewolf. It's a good time. DanaeKeener.com.
Speaking of DanaeKeener.com, hi everybody, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. On Mondays, I'm right here playing as Cori the Elegant Paladin. This Saturday, you can find me over on G Game Nights, playing as Vivian Coyle during our Overarms game. Her thing is bees! The day after that, you can find me over on the Hype Goblins channel, playing as Fibble to Do, who is a human ranger fighter, and she's a shepherd. And an old flame from Antony's past, if you know who that is. Our very lovely beardy boy, Antony. Anyway, that's it for me. DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/IndoorAdventures. We do shows like this on Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as on Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This upcoming week, though, no game on Thursday, because it is Thanksgiving, but we will have a game on Wednesday for our Monster Noir monthly game. So if you are interested in running or seeing a game that Danae and I both play in, that our dear friend Graybeard of Graybeard Tavern ends up running, hey, guess what? It's a wonderful time. Consider going to check that out. But do I have anything else? Oh yeah, our Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions that you wanted to ask either myself or any of these other fine folk, the easiest way to do that is to post them in the Twitch chat to the side, or to join us on Discord. The link can be found in the description of this video or audio cast. And hey, guess what? It's also that time of year where we're having our Secret Santa giveaway. So if you want to join the community, do some Secret Santa.
Secret Santa?
Secret Santar, because Santa is not nearly fantastical enough for the people that we hang out with. So, Secret Santar, consider it. But again, we are going to be heading out into our Patreon-supported after show, so I'd like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. Thank you to these players for putting up with my bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!